Hello, everybody. Welcome to Card Chaos Live. I know you guys may be watching the news, but I wanted to start just in case things got postponed and kind of, keep our minds fresh. Card Chaos Live is a game that I invented pre-COVID to kind of help with us or with the gap that we had when the NBA was canceled and now it's returned, but the game still goes on. This is where I shuffle my NBA trading cards to create one-on-one matchups that we may or may not see in today's NBA. What's up, Rock J? Any player, any position, any era, anything goes. Again, any player, any position, any era, anything goes. And this episode is going to feature the NBA announcers. So, like I said again, I know we all are waiting for some news, but let's see if we can, just stay light in the moment and play this game. All right. So, like I said, the game is featuring two of our NBA announcers, Chris Webber, whatever you guys may feel about Chris Webber. All right. Because I know Chris Webber isn't well liked as an announcer. But as a player, he was amazing. So I'm featuring this Chris Webber old school mosaic, right? Nice artwork here. You see the mosaic in the back of him. And I'm going to feature this Charles Barkley card. All right. Hall of Fame mosaic as well. Very nice, very nice. And these two will go head to head with each other and play one-on-one. And it's up to you guys to tell me who would win. I'll be putting up a 60-second clock. And within that 60-second clock, you can register your votes. All right, go ahead and tag a friend. We also have 3 subs. And these subs are used to, like, if you don't like the matchup that I come up with at the bracket, you can call sub and pull any one of these 3 players. The subs are as follows. We have Grant Hill, right? Not rookie. Let's not do rookie Grant Hill because this is his rookie card. If you can see here, I have a lot of Grant Hills. I'll confess that I'm in another episode, but I have way too many Grant Hills. But this is Grant Hill, so let's consider like prime Grant Hill. Here's Isiah Thomas, who's recently in the news talking stuff about Michael Jordan. Indirectly talking stuff about Michael Jordan. So Isiah Thomas will be a sub that you could call on today. And Reggie Miller, another announcer that I love Reggie Miller. I think I like as an announcer. As a player, oh my God. But as an announcer, yes, So these are the 3 subs, also announcers within the NBA TV. What is Isiah Thomas guest on? What is that? He's on NBA TV and some other shows like their sit down talk show, right? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start shuffling the cards. Thank you so much, everyone. Again, let's see if we can enjoy ourselves in the moment. So let's go. Welcome to Card Chaos Live. All right. In the other 3 brackets, let me turn up my headphones. Let's turn this up. In the other 3 brackets, we will have. In the other 3 brackets, you will have. All right, here's Luka in the front. In the other 3 brackets, we will have. 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 We have Hakeem Olajuwon. Hakeem Olajuwon will be in this episode of Card Chaos Live. Against Hakeem Olajuwon, we will have. Against Hakeem Olajuwon, we will have. Against Hakeem Olajuwon. Against Hakeem Olajuwon. Against Hakeem Olajuwon. Okay, against Hakeem Olajuwon, we will have. Oh my gosh, Mark Gasol. What a good one. All right, Hakeem Olajuwon versus Mark Gasol. In the 3rd bracket, we will have. In the third bracket, we will have. In the third bracket, we will have. Popping out. We have Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker will be in this episode of Card Chaos Live. Against Kemba Walker. Against Kemba Walker, let me pull up a bunch of people. Against Kemba Walker, we will have. 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 Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson against Kemba Walker. That's a good one. And in the last bracket, we will have. In the last bracket, we will have. Andrew Wiggins. I had your back all week. And against Andrew Wiggins, we will have. Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry has come up. So, in this episode of Card Chaos Live, we will have main event, Chris Webber versus Charles Barkley. Then we will have Marc Gasol versus Hakeem Olajuwon. We will have Klay Thompson versus Kemba Walker. And last but not least, we will have Kyle Lowry versus Andrew Wiggins. Welcome to Card Chaos Live. And to refresh your memory, the subs are Isiah Thomas. Isiah Thomas will be a sub on this episode of Card Chaos Live. We also have Grant Hill. Grant Hill will be a sub on this episode of Card Chaos Live. What up, Dennis? Last but not least, we will have Isiah Thomas. Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller will be a sub on this episode of Card Chaos Live. Thank you so much. Let me turn down the music just a little bit. That was a good shuffle, by the way. Got some new cats. Kyle Lowry showing up, fresh off an elimination. Still got some game in him. Let me stop trolling. Okay. So, for those of you who don't know, all I do is put 60 seconds on the clock. I put an actual clock, and here the clock is. Let me just make room on the screen. And so this clock. Here you go. Sorry about that. So this clock right here goes for 60 seconds. But let me show you the bracket. The bracket is where I put the players in, and here they are, right? This bracket is empty, and we're at episode 60. I forgot to say that, which is significant because I guess I've been consistent. Look at that. So this is the bracket that I put the players in. In the last episode, Scottie Pippen came out on top. So let me just make this a little bigger so you guys can see. Scottie Pippen won Monday's bracket, and he had to face out on LeBron. So some of you guys voted that Scottie Pippen could beat LeBron 1-on-1. I'm not fighting over that, like the people have picked. And it's up to you guys in your own bracket today to pick who will win. All right. So again, the episode is Chris Webber versus Charles Barkley. It's an announcer bracket, and all the subs are also announcers in the NBA. Pat myself on the back for having all their cards. All right. So let's start off. Let's warm up actually with the last cards that I pick up. Let's do Kyle Lowry versus Kemba Walker. Again, if you have any friends that are Boston fans, I think Kemba Walker played for Charlotte. Kyle Lowry, obviously lifelong Toronto. These two players are going to go head to head. And all you have to do is tell me in the next 60 seconds who will win. If you've already seen the show already, go ahead and hit the like button or the love button. Tell Facebook you love me. All right. So let's go ahead. We're going to do Kyle Lowry versus Kemba Walker. I'm going to put 60 seconds on the clock. Let us begin. All right. So listen, I believe that Kyle Lowry is severely underrated. Yeah, he's not the most nimble person. Well, no, he is. For his size, he is. But Kemba Walker, we already know Kemba Walker has the handle. We already know Kemba Walker is quick. Clearly Team Jordan did not appreciate him online, but I think Kemba Walker would have difficulty. No. Okay, so Kemba Walker wouldn't have difficulty with Kyle Lowry, but there's that whole the will to win effect, and I think Kyle Lowry has that like dog in him, like you know how people used to love Joakim Noah for his aggressiveness and how like assertive he was on the court, even though he had that much skill. The same thing with Kyle Lowry, only shorter. That's what I think. Welcome to Card Chaos Live. Thank you everybody for joining. I should have done more for Kyle Lowry, because Kyle Lowry does have other basketball skills that I should have talked about, but clearly my mind was on another state. What up? Welcome back, Zachary. Zachary, let me tell you something. Zachary is one of my favorites. Zachary told me to keep going, and that's why we still have this show today. So thank you, Zachary, for coming. So the board is speaking. Moses says Kyle busted Kemba all playoffs long. Bust him again. Good one, Moses. Zachary says Kyle. Jason says Kemba. Joshua also says Kemba. Frank of Cardopoly. Frank says Kyrie. But Kyrie's not a choice. Oh my God, Frank, you threw me for Frank. You get to revote. Frank, did you mean Kyle or Kyrie? let Frank revote. He threw me off for 1 second. Come on, Frank, tell us, you wanted Kyle or Kyrie? Let's assume that Frank meant Kyle Lowry. All right, Joshua. So he said Kemba. Okay, so then Kemba moves on. So it was tied 3-3 as Joshua put up. Thank you, Joshua, for being counter. But Frank re-typed his vote, and then so now we're gonna have to move on Kemba to the next round. So Kemba Walker has defeated Kyle Lowry 1-on-1. You know, I can't be mad at it. I really do think that Kyle Lowry doesn't get enough love, but I can understand that. Kemba is just super aggressive. By the way, before I move on, I just want to note Frank, who had to revote, is the leader of Cardopoly. Hit him up. Frank runs this game where you guys can win cards by playing his game on a Monopoly board. He has baseball, basketball, and football. 4 rolls for $25, and if you don't get past free parking, he'll keep moving you on, right? So you guys, that is a deal. And I just opened all the cards that I won in the last one I participated. So go ahead and hit up Frank if you're not into collecting. It's a good way to ease in. All right. Okay. So Andrew Wiggins versus Klay Thompson. Andrew Wiggins versus Klay Thompson is the next matchup. All right. If you haven't already, tag a friend. If you haven't already, post it on your personal page so your friends can see it. Let your friends in on this. All right. Don't keep this to yourself. Let your friends in it. All right. Here are the cards that we are going to be using. Frank is not doing voter fraud. He just typed a typo. KY, right? KYREI, KYL. I understand it. All right. So the next matchup is Wiggins. This is just a basic Panini hoops complete. All right, complete basketball. And then this is a mosaic Klay Thompson. All right, Klay was out for the season because of a torn ACL, and now he's apparently training again in the what is their new arena called? I don't know, right? But wherever this is, let's say this is on a park court. Who cares where he's practicing? All right, I'm gonna put 60 seconds on the clock. 60 seconds on the clock. We have Klay Thompson. A lot of K's in this game. We have Klay Thompson versus Andrew Wiggins. Let us begin. Listen, I need y'all to get it together because we know that Andrew Wiggins is going to beat Klay Thompson. I don't care that he has such a great jump shot. Like, Klay Thompson is not a creator in terms of like making his own shots. So in this game of 1-on-1, you have to be able to create your own shot, regardless of what your jump shot is. And Andrew Wiggins can do that. Now the question is, can Klay Thompson guard Andrew Wiggins? Possibly. But I do think that Wiggins is quicker than Klay Thompson. I do think Wiggins can get to the basket. And I do think that, but this is difficult because I'm not going to disrespect Klay because that's what everybody's expecting. But I just think Andrew Wiggins has that one thing, and ball handling would put him over Klay Thompson. So if I had to pick, I'm going Andrew Wiggins over Klay Thompson. Final answer. What game is that from? Yesterday I played a game. I played a Hollywood Squares from a comedy team that I am a part of, and I played Mr. T. Oh my gosh. That was amazing. All right, so Dennis has his vote in early. Dennis said Klay Thompson. Of course, Dennis would say Klay. Joshua says Klay. Of course, Joshua would say Klay. Zachary, the only one with sense on the board right now, says Wiggins, right? Jason says Wiggins. That's 2 for Wiggins. And Frank, the tiebreaker again. This is Frank's game today. Frank picked Klay, and it looks like that Klay will be on top. So Klay Thompson moves on to the finals over Andrew Wiggins. I am a little bit shocked by that, but what happens? It happens. Let Klay move on. All right, so here's the board so far. We have Kemba Walker against Klay Thompson coming up in the semifinals. Joshua, the official count 3-2. All right, moving on to the main event. The main event is Chris Webber versus Charles Barkley. Chris Webber versus Charles Barkley. This is 1-1 Card Chaos Live. This is gonna be a hard one. Chris Webber versus Charles Barkley. I'm moving particularly slow because I also am trying to think about what I could say. Because I let me just put the 60 seconds on the clock. You guys pick. I'll just be spectator. Charles Barkley versus Chris Webber. Yikes. Okay, so here's the thing. Chris Webber, power forward, he had a lot more basketball skills than Charles Barkley. Now, Charles Barkley, obviously, the round amount of pound, like, he would be able to post up Chris Webber, but it's not like Chris Webber wouldn't be able to guard him, right? They play the same position. So, like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, Barkley might be stronger, tougher to the basket than Chris Webber. But look, Chris Webber had so many other different qualities. Like, Chris Webber could handle the ball a little bit better than Charles Barkley. He did have like a bit of a jump shot. He had more in post moves than Charles Barkley, I believe, and from what I remember. So, but prime Barkley wasn't anything to play with. He wasn't anything to mess with. So, ooh, so tough. I'm gonna see what you guys said because this would be a tie. Honestly, the only time 1-on-1 would be a tie, and they'd have to keep playing. Or who gets the ball first? I guess. All right. So let's see what you guys are saying. So, Zachary says Chris Webber. I believe too. Thank you, Zachary. They're just so. Chris Webber has a lot of skills that we are not even contemplating with this. Jason also agrees. Thank you, Jason. All right. Frank says Barkley, not hard at all. Barkley was a beast in his prime. Yes, I know. Yes. Charles, Chuck, easy win. All right. And then Jason says Barkley was a beast. It looks like a tie. So what am I going to do? I'm going to vote for this one. Oh, actually, I don't want to do it. I feel like, all right, I'm going to bring up the random name picker. Random name picker has to do it this time because, I would pick Charles Barkley. I would pick Chris Webber, to be honest. But I'm not much of a Chris Webber fan. So like it might hurt me to say it. So let's leave it to the Let's leave it to the internet to pick. So I'm gonna go ahead in the random name picker and put in Weber and Barkley, so you guys can see. All right. Oh, that's true. Barkley won MVP. People are making their case. Barkley won an MVP. Barkley doesn't have a ring because of MJ. Yeah, so you know what? I guess what Josh was saying is like he would be better than Chris Webber, but I mean Chris Webber, I don't know. Let's see what the random name picker picked. You see how I'm steering clear away from saying Chris Webber, right? All right. The random name picker has picked Barkley, Charles Barkley. The random name picker was rigged by Joshua. All right. So since we have that on the board, I'm gonna move Charles Barkley on. Not a bad pick. I would have picked Barkley. I would have picked. They both would have won. Like this is a hard matchup. I should make that a poll. All right. So Charles Barkley moves on, and then last but not least, here's another good one: Marc Gasol versus Olajuwon. All right. Marc Gasol versus Hakeem Olajuwon. All right. I'm going to put 60 seconds on the clock. What a hot one. Let us begin. Marc Gasol versus Hakeem Olajuwon. Okay. So, all right. So you all are going to pick Hakeem Olajuwon because you all always do. But I really want you to think about this for a second. All right. Marc Gasol playing, coming out of like Spain with his brother. How they play a different kind of offense. Not many big men, not even Hakeem Olajuwon had. They play the pick and pop, right? The pick and pop. So the pick and pop allowed him to be a better jump shooter. Now I don't know if he's a better jump shooter than Hakeem Olajuwon. Let me look at the back of the cards. All right, field goal percentage for the Grizzlies. Like his NBA career, he's 50%. All right. Hakeem Olajuwon was 53%, right? But he played a lot more in the post. I don't know. Okay, listen, Hakeem. I tried, Mark. I tried. I really like. I like Marc Gasol. I do. Not that I don't like Hakeem Olajuwon, but I just think he's underrated, and it's just hard to put my finger on it because he played in Memphis. So we didn't have a lot of Memphis visuals, but all right. So according to the board, Zachary picked Hakeem, Jason picked Hakeem, Frank picked Hakeem, Joshua picked Hakeem. It's a Hakeem sweep. I tried. Okay, so just to pull up the board real quick to see what we're working with. As you can see, the semifinals is stacked. We have Kemba and Clay and Barkley and Hakeem. Kemba and Clay and Barkley and Hakeem. All right. So let's keep it moving. I usually do 2-on-2, but like I don't think this is we have time. I want to keep today kind of swift. So let's do Kemba Walker versus Klay Thompson. Kemba Walker versus Klay Thompson. You guys, Kemba Walker versus Klay Thompson. Where are you, Clay? Where are you, Clay? All right. Kemba Walker versus Klay Thompson. All right. Now, guys, I know you love you some Klay Thompson, but let's try to think about this in a unbiased manner, okay? Here's the matchup. Come on, camera. You can adjust for yourself. All right. Here's the matchup. I'm going to put 60 seconds on the clock. Klay versus Kemba. Let us begin. All right. Klay versus Kemba. Listen, okay, so it's clear we know that Klay Thompson has the better jump shot. But I think he has a better jump shot because it's pretty much coming off of pick and rolls, coming off of pick. He he's set up, right? Not to say that Clay doesn't. No, Thompson doesn't have. I was gonna try to say he has a handle, but Kemba Walker definitely has a better handle than Clay Thompson. And like I said in his first matchup, you need to have that handle to be able to set up your own shot. Clay Thompson cannot set up his own shot, and he will be stuck just taking jump shots from the key, right? Kemba Walker is quick and can play defense on Clay Thompson. All right. Clay Thompson can play D on Kemba, but again, I think that he's gonna have a lot of trouble, right? Because it's not just defense, and he has to create his own offense. And he can't do that. So all in all, I'm picking Kemba. I'm picking Kemba Walker over Clay Thompson. All right. Let's see what you guys say. All right. Zachary says Kemba. Joshua says Kemba. Frank says Clay. Joshua says Clay. Clay can post up. Come on. I mean, yeah, he can. He can post up, but like, listen, it's just gonna take a lot. I'm gonna use my deciding vote. I'm gonna move on Kemba Walker past Clay Thompson. I know you guys are gonna be pissed, right? But I just don't think that Clay Thompson he's got enough for he can't. I'm sorry. Y'all are gonna be so mad at me. All right. So the next one is Barkley versus Hakeem. Oh, this is a good one. Barkley versus Hakeem. Barkley versus Hakeem. All right. And we've seen this before, right? But let's revisit it. All right. I'm going to put 60 seconds on the clock. Let us begin. Barkley versus Hakeem. Barkley versus Hakeem. Okay. So Hakeem Olajuwon be schooling these cats. I'm gonna have to go with Hakeem because he's longer. He can guard Charles Barkley. It'd be tough, but he could just block everything Charles Barkley throws up. Hakeem Olajuwon is 7 foot tall. He might have been 50 pounds lighter than Barkley in his prime, but nonetheless, Charles Barkley averaged about 22 points a game for his career, and Hakeem 27. Well, it's got to be Hakeem based off of length, based off of Charles Barkley wouldn't be able to stop Hakeem, and that's really where it ends, right? But Barkley would be able to stop. Hakeem would be able to stop Barkley, but Barkley can't stop Hakeem. And it just comes down to that. Two good legends, though. Very two good legends, right? All right, so let's see what the wall is saying. Zachary says Dream. Joshua says Dream. Frank says Hakeem sweep. All right, so the finals. Oh, no. Poor. Damn it. Okay, so let me just move this on the board. So we had Kemba beat Clay Thompson, and then we had Hakeem beat Barkley. All right. And so let me be able to show you guys this closely. Sorry about the view. And so long story short, Kemba Walker versus Hakeem Olajuwon in the finals. Uh-oh. I just want to take this time to thank you guys for joining. And again, I'm just playing. Before we go to the finals, I just want to reiterate that you can go ahead and see some of these episodes on this page. If you haven't already liked the page, go ahead and hit the like button, because Facebook will start boosting my show. We're on cardchaoslive.com, which is my website, and I have accessories if you guys choose to start getting into the card games. Speaking of card games, you can play Cardopoly, which is run by Frank. Just hit him up in the messages so he can add you to the group. You can play basketball, football, baseball, and win lots of cards. I'll show you some of my autograph cards if you want at the end. And we have a YouTube channel where I drop some videos as I'm doing knowledge. You want to call a sub? Oh, well, you know what, Joshua? I'll allow it. I usually only allow subs in the first round, But we already know where this is going to go because Kemba is much shorter than Hakeem. So Joshua says sub Clay for the dream. No, Clay is not a sub. All right. The subs are Isiah Thomas. The subs are Isiah Thomas, right? Grant Hill and Reggie Miller. So if you want a sub, pick Isiah Thomas, Grant Hill, or Reggie Miller. All right. So if you still want a sub, we can do this for the first time in the last round. I personally would pick Grant Hill, but we'll see what you guys say. I'm going to give you about 20 more seconds to decide. Do you want a sub? Oh, good one. Good one. So Frank says we got to sub Reggie Miller in for Hakeem Olajuwon. That's a good one. Anybody else object? I didn't think about subbing out Hakeem. He said Hill for Kemba. Hill for Hakeem. Okay, so everybody seems to want to sub out Hakeem. Hill versus Kemba. Oh, let's try that. All right. So let's do Grant Hill versus Kemba Walker. Grant Hill versus Kemba Walker. For the first time, you want Reggie Miller? Reggie Miller versus Kemba? This is a tough one. Because I don't. Ooh. Okay. Let's do Reggie Miller versus Kemba Walker. We're 2 for that. Reggie Miller versus Kemba Walker. All right. So for the finals, in a unprecedented situation, we're going to sub somebody in for Hakeem, and we're going to put in Reggie Miller since the wall is looking for Reggie. What up? What up, Michelangelo? Okay, before I move on, I just want to know if you also are interested in great breaks, you can also friend Michael. He does great breaks, and like I'll admit I'm not great at baseball, but you can see how much he loves baseball. So I just sit in on his breaks to learn about players. Him and Frank are like baseball geniuses to me. He's also doing a fundraiser for a friend of his who lost his leg because of an infection in his foot. So and he's doing like a randomization poll for like jerseys and helmets and stuff, and it's really inexpensive. It's like $5 for one spot and then something else for some more, but definitely he's legit. So go ahead and friend him and support his fundraiser. All right. Okay, so we're gonna do Kemba versus Reggie Miller, Frank's pick. All right, I'm gonna put 60 seconds on the clock. Let's begin. All right, so Kemba versus Reggie Miller. You know, my first inclination is this. I don't like, as much as we respect Reggie Miller's offense, he's always coming off of picks and not setting up his own shot. You know, he had Amari Jackson. Look, even Travis Best did a little bit of setup for him. But I can't think of one time where I see him setting up his own shot. Kemba Walker, however, you know, Kemba Walker is like Kyle Lowry. He's very underrated. He has a very, very great handle. He's now going into leadership right now, but leadership isn't needed in one-on-one. It's only you. Can you lead you? Now, the question is, can Kemba guard Reggie? Right? Can Reggie guard Kemba? I don't think Kemba could guard Reggie, but I also don't think Reggie could guard Kemba as well. So with his handle and not being able to be guarded, I'm going to go with Kemba Walker to win this bracket. But let's see if you guys agree. All right. So, Zachary says Reggie Miller. Joshua says Reggie Miller. What? Frank says Reggie Miller. Damn it. Michael says Reggie Miller. Oh my gosh. I'm picking Kemba too, Jason. What happened? What happened? I'm like confused. Y'all make me think that I'm so off all the time. I feel like Kemba. I feel confident in my pick, even though you guys didn't. That Kemba Walker could definitely beat Reggie Miller, but it seems like nostalgia wins again. So in this episode of the NBA anchor bracket, due to the historical sub call by Joshua mid-game that I obliged by, an announcer ends up winning the game, and Reggie Miller won this round of one-on-one Card Chaos Live. All right. I again, one more time, support Cardopoly. I did a video about Cardopoly and my Cardopoly winnings last night, and I got a whole bunch of autograph baseball cards, some of which I have here, and some patches. Here's one. I won't go through all of them, but I got an autograph Nick Solak. All right. Again, while you're waiting, go ahead and hit the like button. I got that. I got another patch by Raymond Loreno. More autographs. And these are, I have like maybe 2 packets of cards that came in the mail. Support Michael Angelo's fundraiser. Again, it's inexpensive to join. The benefit is great. It'll help out a friend of his. Support all the groups that support me. Again, I always say Cardopoly, Card Slingers Inc., Anything Goes. Who else? There's a Jersey Sports Cards. The Greatest Card Emporium, Best Darn Sports Group, 2MW. Those are all the supporters. So thank you very much for allowing me to post in your place. And we have the website Card Chaos Live, where you can buy accessories like top loaders and sleeves. And I'm also branching out to YouTube. So support the YouTube channel. Just look for Card Chaos Live. That is the name of the channel. All right. So with that said, I'll let you guys go back to your normal lives, but thank you for supporting. I'll be back on Friday at 1 p.m. with a ridiculous matchup again, whatever Joshua or Donovan or whoever other supporters force me into. If you haven't liked the show already, go ahead and like the show so I can add you to the Card Chaos Live audience group. And in there, some of the great suggestions for some of these episodes come. All right. So with that said, Thank you so much for joining Card Chaos Live. It was fun playing with you. And I will see you on Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern.